Beep, 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 beep. Pika! We back for them Pika views, y'all. What the news, action, and more. We've been seeing it all. Man, the news ain't changing. Now we getting to them weather news. You thought people was a problem. This ball we live on is also a problem. What this ball doing to us right now, y'all? Let me see, cause I don't think the streets really know what's going on with the weather. And they live and the weather is in the streets. How you not keeping up with the weather and the weather's in the streets? What's really happening? Are we getting caught up in the weather? Are we keeping up with it? If we keep up with it, we might not get caught in. Let's see.
Parts of our region are still drying out after heavy rains caused flash flooding last night. And if you look closely, you can see the car that got stuck in high water on Station Road in Bensalem, Bucks County. The driver was forced to abandon their car.
It's flooding in the
north
east.
And southbound lanes of Route 309 in Upper Seacon Township, Lehigh County were closed for
Is that a flood truck? What was it?
due to waist deep water there. And from a drone above, we saw backyards submerged. Some people also reported water coming into their homes.
I ain't gonna fake it with you. My backyard is built like that.
Downpours
If it start flooding close to me,
northern New Jersey
mad
and
ass
New York. This video shows floodwater
mad flow work in my basement.
gushing into a subway platform in New
Oh,
York
Lord.
City. You can just imagine how terrifying that was, getting off of that train.
It's
and
like that
seeing
one
all
ride
of that
at
water.
Universal
Passengers
Studios.
watched from inside a train car as some of
Orlando,
the water started
Florida.
to seep in. Now, officials say more than 7 inches of rain fell in some parts of New Jersey.
Damn.
This was
My
the
will.
Plainfield where cars got stuck in the water.
Like he holding his brake.
High rushing water.
Please
You can
no.
see this bus plowing down the road, creaking waves that pushed an SUV to the side.
You see this surfer out there getting his tubular on. He's really getting it. He's not really affected by this much, but everybody else is pretty affected, pretty bad.
Governor Phil Murphy
Highway
declared a state of
covered.
emergency as the heavy rain
Damn.
came down.
First, Texas. Let's see. Okay, this is what we wanted to see right here. This more action. This what she was showing. She just gave us a little glimpse at the little subby. This the ride at Universal Studios we was talking about. This is where the tornado Twister natural disaster. I think it was Twister. I think that was the ride. And then the tornado come. Then you see something. You gotta walk. You gotta walk through it. You can see it happening. The water come down. I think Eddie Murphy had a scene with it too. Goddamn. Let's check it out. NYC, y'all. Anybody from New York? Comment down below. Where y'all from?
No, he shouldn't. He should get out of the station.
We're from the Midwest around these parts. We ain't dealing with the floodies. We're dealing with the tornadoes. The tornadoes will rip your house up and leave you there, standing there with your butthole in your hand. Cause you got ripped apart too. Damn, that mud just pouring in there. I don't even know if that's a flood no more. They just pouring water in that motherfucker. It's just the government. At that point, they just turned on the irrigate. Open the hatch. Let the flood in. Her wedgie getting deeper because of the water. You don't want to get his Air Max's what he got on? Some New Balances. Oh, he got the Nikes. And some Blazers. Some motherfucker. They ain't trying to get the all white Blazers. Fuck. Got the Prime editions. And them are just pouring in from all directions. They just gotta wait and hope it don't fill up. Fuck that. I'm that motherfucker say, open the door. I'm getting out of here, man. You dummies underground while it's flooding. I ain't gonna be the one. Don't you realize during the flood we go first? You gotta fill up from the bottom. Damn. Dang. Get the flood out. All you need is a nice peak of thunderbolt in here right now to end everything. They crazy just dealing with it. I don't know if I could just deal with it. Let's see somebody in live cam. It's the same stuff. Intense rainfall. It's just First person example. We saw these boys. Yeah. Is that dude? Got the Jordans on. Motherfucker out here. Everybody out here in the dunk.
Since the Dragon Bravo
All
fire
right.
was first reported in the Kaibab National Forest,
Oh.
next to the Grand
From
Canyon
floods?
National Park.
So
The
this
Grand
fire
Canyon
started on
fires.
July 4th. It was a lightning strike.
New
3
York
days
City, it
into the
floods the
fire,
Grand Canyon
the Grand
fire.
Canyon National Park Service posted on social media
Dragon
the fire
Bravo.
was at an estimated 10 acres, and it was being managed for, quote, resource objectives. Park officials say the Dragon Bravo fire was allowed to burn for the next few days.
That was all working as planned up until July 10th.
And then it just
Unfortunately,
burnt up
we
out of
had
control.
Really strong, aggressive winds.
That was so
come
stupid.
up into the.
Yeah, we just let
from
it
the
burn for a
canyon,
little while, then
and
then
that
all of a
changed
sudden
the
it just
fire
started
behavior
going crazy.
dramatically. Very
You
quickly.
goddamn it.
People at the North Rim were told to start evacuating on Friday afternoon.
Leave now, the
because
Grand
of the
Canyon is
fire.
not to be
By
fucked
8
with.
p.m., the Dragon Bravo
wanna go
fire
to
had
them
grown
pyramids in the Grand Canyon.
1,500 acres.
I want to
Then,
go into
on
those
Saturday
tunnels and
afternoon,
secret
the North Rim
entrances.
water treatment
See
facility
if
caught
it's
fire,
still livable
causing
things
a
there.
chlorine gas leak, forcing firefighters to
Or
evacuate
did the
and ground
rich
any
man
air
already
support.
excavate
All
anything
we
of
saw
value
was
and
billowing
importance?
clouds of smoke, and the apprehension started to build.
President of the Grand Canyon Historical
The
Society,
president of the
Thompson
Grand
Pizio,
Canyon,
was at the
he was
South
here
Rim on
talking.
Saturday. Park officials say that
This is a
night,
different president of the
fire
United
grew to
States. This is
5,000 acres
a sovereign
and destroyed
property.
50 to
This is separate
80
from the world.
structures, including the
You can
Grand
actually own
Canyon
property
Lodge,
here.
after extreme
America
and
not kill
volatile
you.
fire behavior.
Everyone was apprehensive because they knew
But the president of
this
the
was
Grand
going
Canyon will.
to likely impact the park for weeks, if not months to come. Now we know it'll probably impact the park for years to come.
Saturday
He got his
evening
sun hat
was the
on. You know, he don't be
first time
doing
Grand
nothing but
Canyon
relaxing
National
out
Park
there
Service posted
as the
that they
president
were
of the
under a
Grand
full
Canyon.
fire suppression strategy.
I get to sit on my ass and y'all
Sunday,
come
air
visit.
support picked back
Visit
up.
a natural
Now, nearly
site that we
300
should
people
just
have
be able to
been
walk up
assigned
to for free.
specifically to the fire.
We gotta pay to
And a
visit
new
that
team
bitch in
took
some
over
kind of
command
vernacular.
this morning, leading an
The hell, how y'all gonna
aggressive full suppression
monetize
strategy.
natural?
The complex incident management
natural
team was
phenomenon
able
in the
to take
world.
over
Whoa,
for this
there's a
fire,
river
and
next to your
they have
house.
the
We're gonna have to
requisite
charge you.
resources to appropriately manage
What?
and really the personnel as well.
What the hell is
There's
that?
certainly a lot of questions about
Pros
the
and cons of
response, questions
household
we'll continue
robots.
to ask over the coming days and weeks. The priority for firefighters tonight, tomorrow, and in the near future.
I ain't gonna fake it with you. I'm
putting out
interested.
This Dragon Bravo fire. For now, reporting in the newsroom.
Let me see. No.
Zach
You
Kowalski
reported
for
enough, but I
Arizona's
want to
Family.
see what somebody else got to say
Tonight,
about
two
it.
Fires continue to burn out of control near the Grand Canyon. And now, the scale of all that's been lost is coming into focus.
The Dragon Bravo fire has burned over 5,000 acres and destroyed
It
more
went
than
from 10 to
70
5K?
structures, including the historic Grand Canyon Lodge. Meantime, the White Sage fire has burned nearly 50,000 acres.
Both of these fires remain uncontained.
Turn that bitch up a little
tonight.
bit.
They're burning about 35 miles apart near the north rim of the Grand Canyon, which officials say will now be closed for the rest of the season. Thanks for joining us tonight
What
for
the fuck is the
Fox
season of the Grand Canyon?
And I'm Cuddy Devine.
Ain't that
12
shit an
News
open
journalist
area?
Joe Dana has
Ooh,
gone
Divine
to the
looking like
impact
a
of the
nice
fire,
piece of
including
Beetlejuice.
hearing
Oh
from
my
one
goodness.
woman who had to evacuate from the Colorado River.
Yeah, I let them socks
leaders of
roll
two
up underneath
towns
the
that
house.
rely on tourism here at the South Rim.
Looking like
of
I
the
wish
Grand
I was
Canyon,
home. I wish she was
including
over my home.
Williams, want
Yeah.
everyone to know that the South Rim remains open. Hikers can still hike
yeah.
partway down into the canyon.
You know, she
As
nice
for
with
the
it.
North Rim, that is a story of closures and destruction.
It seems like every year I'm out there
Kenny
beating my
Loggins?
hammer saying driest ever, hottest ever.
Kenny
Stefan
Loggins
Lescott
even?
of an elite-level incident fire management team that took over the Dragon Bravo fire Monday
That
says
shit even
the fire
bothering
burning
Kenny
11 miles from here is a sign
and his
of
Grand
times.
Canyon
We
estate.
know for a fact that this year, the Southwest, Arizona, New Mexico, it's record-breaking dryness.
Meanwhile, life goes on at the South Rim, where tourists endured a smoky
I've seen that
visit
shot
Monday.
before, the
I was
tourists.
bummed about the quality of the pictures.
I mean, my pictures are kind of ass and foggy, but
it
I mean, they're definitely unique and different.
Of
I
nervous
guess.
system, your
Kind of bummed that it cost me
well-being, or,
$1,000.
I'm constantly worried about air quality.
And I
Kelly
also
Sutton is with
am
a group
choking
of
out
young
here.
scholars visiting northern Arizona.
They canceled the rafting, which was a huge.
The rafting was some bullshit. I really wanted to go river rafting. That was the real. I mean, who really comes to the Grand Canyon to see rocks?
Those fires.
One hiker is grateful today. She reached the bottom before evacuation set in over the weekend and is now back at her Prescott
And now
home.
trapped at the
She
bottom
tells Total
forever.
News
They like,
she's at the
damn,
Colorado River's Phantom
how you get to the
Ranch campground
bottom?
for just 3
Ain't no
hours
bottom. They don't let you
before
go to the
Park Service
bottom.
told her she
They let
needed
you go to
to
some spot
evacuate
that
by
they control.
helicopter.
It was pretty
You don't get to
nerve-wracking.
just
There
go
was a
down there.
couple younger kids
Choose
crying.
your climb.
Along
Hell
with the
no.
smoke, questions linger in the air over the canyon.
Rock climbers love
Arizona's
that spot
governor
though. That
and some
motherfucker like it'd be
Democratic
fun though if you was a rock
Congress
climber. I ain't
launched
gonna
an
lie.
independent investigation to determine
You told me we
why
gotta
the
go rock
Park
climbing
Service may have
somewhere.
taken a
I choose the
defensive
Grandy.
approach early on. The fire was detected July 4th and slowly grew for 5 days while the Park Service kept a confine and contain strategy. LaSky did not comment on strategy, but says the fire blew up on the 11th and 12th.
Normally, you
clowns.
can expect the fire to lay down at night. Temperatures go down, humidity goes up. Usually the winds are quiet. Well, we had strong winds both those nights, and now we have a total of 70 structures.
In fact, you got no
Now, in addition
like
to
the fact that
historic
that's a
lodge,
possibility.
gas station, the apartment,
And you got no course of action just in case. If the
There's
wind
still a
start blowing
question
hard, you better
about a
turn on the
40,000
reverse
square
fans.
foot
Push
emergency
back.
services facility there. It is a huge asset for the
I
federal
see the winds blowing
government
now behind
and
homeboy.
for that region. We've asked the Park Service and the
Got
U.S.
them
Forest
tumbleweed
Service,
about to come
still
by.
no word from them, no confirmation on whether that emergency services building was destroyed or protected.
Wow.
At the South Rim, Joe Dana, 12 News.
Joe, thanks. Now,
Joe,
let's give you a
okay, it
look
was Joe.
inside the national
Now check
park.
out this
was
shot.
taken
This
just
is a negative
4
look
minutes
on it.
ago.
This is pretty much all the
Live
destruction
webcam
and
sends out
flames
still images show-
from a beautiful
shows how intense
drone.
the
This is a
Dragon
drone
Bravo
shot?
fire
Helicopter
continues
shot.
to
Okay,
burn.
we got the
We'll have
helicopter shot here.
continuing coverage
We're
on
gonna go ahead and
12news.com,
continue coverage on her, see if anything else burns down. We'll call back later.
One of the 7 natural wonders of the world, barely visible tonight through thick smoke that's coming from the Dragon Bravo fire that continues to burn.
Damn, that motherfucker
on the
getting
north
thicker
rim
every
of the Grand
video.
Canyon after wiping out many of the structures in that
This
area.
motherfucker,
The
motherfucker
wind
getting
that
worse
caused
every
the
time we
Dragon
see
Bravo
it.
fire to explode in size, still whipping through the canyon on Monday night.
Man, that's just a smoke screen
But
so
none
the
of it,
Giants can
the
walk
smoke,
through that
the
motherfucker. I
smell,
know the
the
truth.
small pieces of ash
Every so
still
often the
falling
Giants gotta
every
walk
once in a
through the
while
Grand
is
Canyon.
keeping the people we
And
met
we need
along
to
the
have
South
some
Rim
type of
from
cloakage.
enjoying the majesty of this canyon.
You know,
We
it's
walk
nature.
through
It's
this
always a bit
motherfucker.
different
Yeah,
than
I
you
can
expect
see
it.
it.
One family coming all
Just
the
a
way
big
from
smoke
Germany
screen.
to see this site.
Well, my mom wanted to come
Gave
here
her Germany
30
for this
years
and this,
ago,
are still all again?
and then she couldn't, and now we made the trip finally as a whole family, and now
The
we're
whole
here
family.
and enjoying the sunset.
Another from the East Coast, smiles still on their faces.
Why did they lie to them?
Adds a level of mystery.
Yeah, I came all the way from Germany, bro.
Mysterious void. The South Rim
Well,
still
you from
open
Baltimore.
to tourists, but practically
Your city
a ghost
burning and
town
getting
during
shot
what's
at.
normally the
Stop it.
busiest time of year. The North Rim and major trails into the canyon's interior closed for the foreseeable future. Now, questions growing about how this fire was
Damn.
handled. Republicans and Democrats on the state and federal level calling for an
Said
investigation.
both sides of the party
into
working
how the
together
fire
as
was
per
managed
usual.
after it
Because
started
there's only
from
really
a
one
lightning
government.
strike. At the Grand Canyon South Rim, Rachel Louise Just, ABC 15,
Oh
Arizona.
my goodness.
Search and recovery efforts
We got over here.
continuing
Oh
today
Lord, we're
across
switching it
central
up.
Texas after
From
deadly
flames
flooding
in the Grand
ravaged
Canyon
the
to.
area. Texas Governor Greg Abbott gave an update
Can we finally
today
see the resolve of this
confirming
Texas?
that 131 people have died in the flooding statewide, and of the 101 people who are still missing tonight, 97 of
Damn.
those are in Kerr County alone. Governor Abbott also warned about
A whole county,
impending
97
bad
missing.
weather that could impact communities across Texas.
131 smokies,
Because of weather
100
that
more
is
miskies,
gonna be taking place today
and it's
and
been like a
overnight,
week.
maybe
You think
tomorrow.
you've been out there
There are
swimming
additional
for
communities that need to be aware. They're going to be
how many
facing
days? Let me
challenges
see
of
the
challenges of their
time
own.
frame on that.
A flood watch is in effect
This
this
happened.
evening in the Hill Country,
That was
including
like a week
Kerrville,
ago.
which of course has
Ain't no
been
way
the
them hunters
hardest
still
hit
surround.
area. And
Search for nearly 160 missing people
Damn.
in central Texas has hit day 11, but the weather is making it difficult. Good evening and thanks
Now
for
new
joining
rain's
us.
coming
I'm
in.
Brennan Gurley. Over the weekend, the number of confirmed deaths rose by 10 and now stands at 131 people. Searchers had to head to higher ground today as rivers started cutting off roads. They've been looking through the mud and debris piles for bodies. It's becoming clear the losses
my
aren't
goodness.
restricted to the residents of and debris piles for bodies.
I thought that was a finger. Well, look at this
They've been
motherfucker. They don't
looking
look
through the mud and
like a
debris
hand up in there. Yeah, my finger. That's a stick.
piles of bodies. It's becoming clear the losses aren't restricted to the
Damn,
residents of the
Hill
Hill Country. During a county meeting this morning, Kerr's top elected official,
I
Judge
just don't
Mark Kelly,
understand
revealed
floods.
many of the missing were visitors.
Why is these cities built in bowls?
Came in for the fourth weekend, the concert, the fireworks.
Every city should be like Denver, a mile high about this bitch. You gotta come to us, water.
Can't find the trailers.
The death toll could reach nearly 300 people. At
What?
5 a.m. on July 4th, the river was rushing by at least 1.5 million gallons per second. Before and after satellite images show how that amount of water lifted homes off their foundations and
Damn.
swept them away in Hunt, Texas.
More rain in Central Texas hindering search and recovery efforts.
Yeah, man.
Nonetheless,
Pray for
crews
y'all out
are
there in
still
Texas.
working after the catastrophic flooding there over the
subscribe.
July 4th holiday.
Y'all from Texas.
Fox's Chelsea Torres
Like,
is
share,
live in
subscribe.
Center Point, Texas. Now, Chelsea,
Want
how
y'all
has
to
that
do good, baby.
search changed
Gonna
today?
get y'all right. After the government finish wiping y'all out.
Coaster, John, Mark, for a lot of the crews that have been out here, they came out today, all
Y'all
hands
gotta
on
take
deck,
this so
ready
y'all
to
can get a
work,
good
but they did
season of
say they were a
football
little
coming up.
stressed just because
How it
of the
usually
torrential
happens.
downpour that
Remember
came
the Saints?
yesterday on Sunday, really having to suspend a lot of the operations along the river. The Kerr County Sheriff also said that about half to three-fourths of the recovery operations were lost yesterday just because of the rain. And then earlier on today, more rain came down and a lot of the crews, divers, boats had to get off of the river. But this is kind of what it's looking like now. A lot of crews
It ain't raining no
actually
more.
called it a day, but you can see it's a muddy mess out here. The river is right here in front of us. And even at just looking at the trees and the scope of the landscape ahead, you can see how high the water came up with some of the bark coming off of the trees,
I guess
dead
you can
leaves
see it.
falling.
Damn.
So again, came really high. And if we kind of move over
That look
a
hella
little
high.
kind of
Damn near tree
along
height.
the river here, you
Motherfucker
can see
cover the
trees that
trees.
have uprooted, and it's the debris of pile
cover
on
the
the land that's making
trees.
it very difficult for a lot of these search crews to
Washed
get through.
all the
But then
trees
also
up
we were
nice and
talking to
clean.
the Center Point Volunteer Fire
It'd be
Department,
good
who
for,
also have divers, and
cut
he was
'em down
saying
and use
that
them
there's
for-
also
with,
piles of debris
paper.
in the river itself, which is making it very difficult when more rain comes through and washes everything downstream. Now,
Oh, my
as
goodness.
of now, there is still 131 people that have died from this flood, 36 of them children. Over 170
Damn kids,
people are
not the
still
kids.
missing. And when we were talking to the spokesperson with the Center Point Volunteer Fire Department, he was saying that they're going to be working every single day out here as much as they possibly can. We did talk to some volunteers as well that are out here that said that they felt the need to call and come help.
It's
Oh.
difficult to see what they show us on videos. Oh man, it's so hard. What is people living this, you know?
I want to make fun of him so hard though.
And for us, we are doing this not only physically, you know, we are doing this with entire heart.
That's right. Doing it for his people
And those
out
were some
there.
volunteers from Mexico who were talking about what it's like.
That motherfucker say 105 degrees, wherever the fuck she doing.
And how personal it's become for them.
Standing out there in 105 looking for him out there in the swamp. Oh my goodness. It don't get worse.
In this area,
105?
until later on tonight, but crews are telling us that they do hope that the conditions dry
WTF?
up so they can be out in full force starting tomorrow. John, Mark.
Chelsea, I'm curious, a lot of this is very technical work. And how do you manage volunteers who, they want to help, great heart, they want to do the right thing, but how do you manage these people to make sure they're
105?
doing this kind of work correctly?
No.
Oh, that's a great
It's
question,
3 digits.
John. You know, actually, one thing I've noticed out here is how organized a lot of these fire departments are. So the volunteer fire department, it's a complete command center, and they have certain points of contact for certain things like equipment, medical, all of these. So they're letting people know on social media, if you want to help in any possible way, this is the person or this is the location you need to go to. For instance, in Kerrville, which is about 20 or so minutes away from here, at their high school stadium, they have a lot of volunteers coming in, and they'll give them a certain number and address and let them know this is where you're going, that home you're going to help today, and they'll give them a wristband.
And then
so
go
that
in
way
and
they can
kill
be in
those
that
people
area.
at their
So
house.
one thing
Like,
you'll notice is that things are very
this is a setup to murder off anybody else who the flood didn't
depends on
finish.
what
This
you
is
wanna
a
do.
setup.
So that's been working out very well for a lot of the people here.
They cloud seeded the skies right before the accident. I saw it happen. It all happened. Y'all ain't gonna fool me.
Chelsea Torres reporting for us from Center Point, Texas. Thank you for that live.
Then they they cloud seeded out there in New York. And what happened? They ain't gonna seed over her. I got a weather modification gun in my back pocket, and I'ma use it, son of a bitch. I ain't gonna go down like that. I'm Pikachu. I'm Pikachu. Big guy, like that, subscribe, bitch.